Hi there, Caroline from Certifier here. In this video, I will show you how to automatically send branded certificates to your Eventbrite attendees when they register or check in for your event. Eventbrite is great for managing events, handling tickets, registrations, and check-ins. But here's the catch, Eventbrite doesn't have a built-in certificate generator. So if you want to reward your attendees, it usually turns into a manual process. Now, the good news. Certifier has a native integration with Eventbrite available on all accounts, so you can automate the certificates without any extra costs. Let's dive in. First things first, let's set up a free Certifier account. Just go to certifier.io and click Sign Up for Free button. You can either type in your email and choose a password, or use your Google account, whatever's easier for you. It only takes a few seconds, and once you're in, you'll have access to 250 free certificates to start with. I'm a registered user, so I will just log in to my Certifier account. After login, you will see the Certifier dashboard where you can design, issue, and manage your certificates. To create your Eventbrite certificate, go to the Designs tab and click Create Design button. Then choose Create Certificate Design. To make things easier, Certifier offers hundreds of ready-to-go certificate designs. You can also use filters for category like participation, style, and color to simplify your search. I will go with this participation certificate template. You can find a link to it in the description below. Now, quick customization. First, let's replace the placeholder logo with the actual company logo. Let's remove the placeholder, then head to the Upload section, click Upload Image, and then choose the file from your computer. I've prepared this logo. Let's make it a little smaller and place it right here. Let's also update the text so it matches my case. For example, I want it to say Attendance Certificate. You can also adjust colors, fonts, and alignment. Anything you see here is editable. Let's adjust this text a little, and now I will move on to the QR code section. You can choose from two types. It can lead to a verification page or any other website. Using the verification page code is great for security because anybody can scan it and verify the certificate instantly. I will go with the verification code, and then let's make it a little smaller and place it right here in the corner of our design. We can also adjust the color. Last but not least, let's take a look at the text in the brackets, like recipient name, issue date, and certificate ID. We call them dynamic attributes. Those are placeholders that will be replaced by the actual recipient's data that you provide. For example, recipient name will turn into the actual name of your event attendee once we finish the setup. To see that in practice, click on Preview and enter a sample name. If it looks good, we can close it and click on Create Design to save it. Next, let's create a group. This is where we can tell Certifier a little more about your event. First, name the group, something like the name of your event in Eventbrite, and then select the certificate design we just created. You can also add some details like description to say what the course was about. However, we can also create this group with just the name and design. Before we move forward, let's take a look at the email settings. Right here you can choose the sender email, from which your contacts will receive the certificate from, and the email template, which is the email they will actually receive. You can customize details like your logo, brand colors, subject, and the text. And once you selected everything, make sure to save your group. Now that everything is ready, we can connect our Eventbrite event. We will use the native Certifier integration. Let's go to the Integrations tab in the left sidebar, and you will see the list of available integrations. You can either scroll down or type Eventbrite in the search bar to find it. And now, Certifier offers two different automations that you can set up. If you want certificates only for people who actually attended, you can choose to issue a certificate when a new attendee is checked in. And if you want certificates right after sign-up, you can choose to issue when a new attendee is registered. In this tutorial, we are going to use the attendee checked-in trigger. Now, here's how the automation works. Trigger is what happens in Eventbrite, and action is what Certifier does in response. You can think of it as a simple flow. Eventbrite provides the attendance data, and then Certifier generates and sends the certificates. No manual work needed. Let's start by configuring the trigger. The trigger attendee checked in should be already selected, so we can continue. And now click here to connect your Eventbrite account. Once connected, select your organization and the event that you want to automate for. For example, here's my event in Eventbrite. It's already live and waiting for my attendees to check in. I will select it in Certifier and finish configuring the trigger by pressing Submit. Now, let's set up the Certifier action. The event we need, Issue Credential, is already selected, so we can continue. Choose the group that we created earlier and move on to the field mapping. This is where we tell Certifier which Eventbrite data goes into which certificates field. The only required ones for issuing certificates are the recipient name and recipient email. But you can also map fields like issue date. Let's map the field from Eventbrite where the name is stored, and then do the same for email address. Now everything is set. I will click Submit and then activate the automation. And now our automation is live. Let's see what happens when we go to Eventbrite and check in our test attendee. I will give it a moment, and then you should see a new run next to your automation. Let's check the credentials tab in Certifier, and you will see the issued certificate. And here it is. You can check how it will look for your event attendees by clicking View and then Recipient View. At the same time, our attendee received the email that we selected, with their certificate link. So let's see how that looks. When they click here, they will see their own unique digital credential page. From here, they can easily download, add it to their LinkedIn profile, or share it on social media as a post. They can show it off however they want. And of course, anyone can check the certificate validity by clicking the Verify button. And one more tip before we wrap up. You can also issue certificates to your past event attendees with quick and easy spreadsheet upload. If you've been running events for a while, sending certificates afterward can be a very effective marketing play. When people receive a certificate, they are very likely to share it on LinkedIn or any other social media, and that gives your event extra visibility even after it's over. And that's all. You can now issue certificates for your Eventbrite events in just a few steps. Remember, you can customize your Eventbrite certificates with your own branding and send it to 250 participants completely for free. And since this is a native integration, you don't need any extra connector tools. You can try the whole workflow before committing to anything. If you run different kinds of events, check out our other native event integrations. For example, Zoom for virtual events. And if you want more ideas for other apps and use cases, visit our integrations page for more details. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out in the in-app chat or book a demo. Thank you so much for being with me today, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!